Hey guys, Jordan Yates here. Welcome back to my channel and to today's video, which is showing you my soldering setup. So this is something that has evolved over the time that I've been learning to solder the past couple of months. And today I feel like my setup is finally in a good place where I think I can share it with you guys and it could be useful. Before I was just really doing the best I could, but I've invested about, I would say, give or take $100, and the small pieces of equipment that I have gone a long way. And yes, I'm flailing this around, and that's because it's not on, okay? People always say, don't touch the tip, and I'm like, okay, I know, but it's off. So yeah, to all you out there who are gonna tell me I'm not being safe, it's unplugged. I want to show you my setup. So right now it's behind me and it's right next to my window. The reason it's next to my window is because I have a ventilation system, which I like to blow right out the window. And this is my home setup. It's not like I'm doing this all day, every day. So it's fine that it's a small setup. But before, I was doing it next to the window for ventilation, and I was using an air purifier, and I'm telling you, afterwards I would have like a cough and I would feel irritated from all the soldering smoke that was in the air. This small fume extractor has changed everything for me. I'm telling you, it was $40 and it just sucks everything out. Like as I'm soldering, the smoke is just being pulled and it sends it out the window. So this is one of the things I like most about my soldering setup. Let me bring you guys a little bit closer. So here you can see it all. I'm gonna go through and just show you the things that I like the most about it, and if I were to change something in the future, what I would change. So something I really like, which is a recent addition, would be my helping hand set. So this helping hand is a magnetic board. Let me bring it a little closer. Is a magnetic board, and it has all these helping hands is what they're called, these arms where you can use it to hold your equipment like I'm doing, or hold your board in place, whatever you want. It also has a magnifying glass with a ring light, which I don't use the magnifying glass that much, but I mostly got it for the ring light feature. What I really like, which I would recommend more than the actual bendy arms, which I thought were the most important part at first, are these magnetic, soldering board holders. So they're these pointy little holders, they go on the board, and all the boards that I have been doing are small, so this is enough space, and they all seem to have like 4 corners that I can put these through and to where I can hold it up off the board. I like that for 2 reasons. 1, it's easier when I'm recording, and 2, it's easier when I'm soldering. So it's really a win-win. So I love this board. Something that I did, which I'm sure lots of people have done, but to me felt so very special, was put my solder on here. That way I could just pull it as I go, rather than before I had it sitting on the table and would just have to like wring it out and pull it out, and it was a mess. Same thing with my wire clippers. I like to keep them right here. I think that that's very convenient. Helps me not lose it. And then I typically keep my copper wire brush in the same local area as well. So I obviously don't have all this plugged in, but I'm right-handed. So I like my soldering iron to be on the right side, or else my cord will just like wrap around me and get so in the way. And then I like to have my soldering wire, or I guess solder, on the left side, because I use my left hand to feed it in, and then I use my right hand to hold my soldering iron. Now, my soldering iron stand, it's kind of a piece of garbage. Same thing with my soldering iron. It's not really that nice. It's the Placebo 120 volt, 60 watt, plus or minus 25% in the actual accuracy of it. It's fine. Like, it's gotten me through so far, and I didn't want to invest a lot of money because I was just learning. But like, this stand is annoying. It's always like flopping around. It's very light. I'm always having to screw it back together. The sponge that came with it, honestly, no complaints. It's been a good sponge. But this is fine. It's good enough for now. But I would like something with a bit better heat control. Maybe I go back and forth if I want a wireless one because I don't like to have to recharge. I'd rather be plugged in, but also this wire is always in the way when I'm trying to solder, and I don't love that. So that, and I've seen ones where they have lights on the tips. There's just so many other fancy ones you can get. I got this in a kit where the entire kit, which had a bunch of supplies, was like $40, maybe less. So I'm gonna keep using this until it doesn't work anymore because that's me being frugal. But in the meantime, it does the job, but I do have ambitions to get a new one. So that's my soldering setup. I also have my other things I use on a regular basis, like my soldering wick for when I need to desolder. Then I have the soldering paste, aka the flux, and and love this stuff to death, although it makes my boards like gross and ugly afterwards because I never clean up my boards, which maybe you're supposed to. I don't know. I like functionality, but I'm working towards making things pretty too. But yeah, that is my entire setup. I can show you guys up close what it looks like with the other camera and what it looks like to have a board set up on it. So here's what I was saying, the up close view of what it looks like. Nothing too incredibly special, but like I said, I like to be able to feed the wire with the left hand and solder with the right hand. I think that that is just the best setup so far. And then I can just scrape this off in there, put it back. And then if I get a board, I'll show you how I put it on these holders. Super helpful. And I like to try to keep my fume extractor as close to this as possible. That way, as I'm soldering, the smoke is being sucked out. So sometimes I'll put it behind. Just depends on how organized I am that day. But let me show you what the board looks like on here. So this specific one was actually a bad example because it doesn't have the regular 4-corner holes that I'm used to. So I'm going to show you this with a different board. So this board would be a better example of why I love these little holders. Now, like I said, not every board is going to have the 4 corners like this and work out this perfectly, but it seems to be the boards that I have used so far do. So yeah, I guess this will probably just be my next project since it's already sitting here. So thanks for watching. I hope if you're a beginner and you're wanting to get into soldering and you weren't sure which basics to get, that this was helpful. Maybe you already solder and you didn't think to get this kind of fume extractor. I don't know. Whatever you got out of it, guys. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. And in the meantime, like and subscribe. Bye.